Alright, so today I'm going to do a little update video. There's been a lot of things that have happened in the last 10 days, and I keep still trying to make some update videos, but unfortunately, most days it's not possible to speak or record click at the same time and everything. So let's get started. First of all, with the obvious one. As I've been looking through and just reading a lot with CCI, people who have it, and neck damage and things of this nature, um, a lot of recommendations came for braces like this. So I got this roughly a week ago, and that's basically where I started to kind of see a little bit difference, especially when I do start having neck pain, and especially when it's like I'm having basically trouble holding my neck or like head up. So that's a new way to phrase it, which I learned from the Facebook groups. Normally before I used to say it just like having pain, you know. But right now I kind of understand why that happens. Is basically the neck is not being able to stabilize and hold the head in place. So our head is a pretty heavy thing. It's roughly like a bowling ball weight. As I have been just looking more into the weight of these things and how to go about stabilizing my neck. Once I got this brace, I do take it on and off, right? So most of the day I don't have it on. I only put it on like soon after I wake up, because that's where I feel like I need the stability. And then also if I'm like sitting somewhere stable like this, or like a chair like this, which is pretty straight. If you were to like compared to when I lay on the couch, just like watching the TV and stuff, that way I can just be pretty much without it. But anyways, this is pretty much wanted to start the video off with this brace and how I'm going about it. So far, just take it on and off, and doesn't really take any of my symptoms, unfortunately. As I see some of the other people, if you were to YouTube, some other people use it, they say that after they put it on, their pressure in the head goes down. Also, their vertigo, dizziness, and stuff gets a little bit better. I haven't unfortunately noticed any kind of benefit like that. Maybe it takes some time, but for now, I'm just using it strictly for the pain I get from holding up my head. Okay, so that's the first thing. That was towards the beginning of like last week. Since then, what I've come to understand is that a lot of the people who have injury to the neck problems, right? They also get like a specialist chiropractor that works specifically for these kind of conditions. So this is something new I'm just trying out. I looked up an upper cervical chiropractor who apparently works just in the bone itself, C0, C1, which is like the bone right under the base of your skull. And he's basically working to bring that into alignment. So this guy did some x-rays and we did find, like he basically confirmed that my C0, which is like the very first bone after the skull, and that's like, it's just a very complicated bone structure because it lets your head go forwards, backwards, extend, and also right, left. It's like almost like a disc which can turn in very ways. And it's a little scary once you start learning about it, because it's like I can't really fathom how they're gonna fix that when it's something that can turn in every direction, and the whole thing got like kind of dislodged and damaged. But this is apparently what he does. So far, I had 2 sessions with him, and it's called Biral, if I remember the type of technique he uses. So that's the other thing that I just recently started, but not too sure about this person, as he does a pretty like a heavy whack on my neck to bring it into alignment. And I'm going to thinking about taking a video of his work in the coming week, and then showing it to my previous chiropractor, which is basically if you guys have been watching, it's Dr. Barry, person who actually helped me with my vagus nerve and got my tendonitis to really calm down. And I would still say out of all the doctors, he's the most trusted I've come across so far. So I would want to like show him what this guy is doing and just get his approval on it. So that's number 2 update. I'm kind of going through this real quick just to get it out there. I don't want to go too long without documenting kind of like what's going on in place. And you know, I just can't make separate videos at this point for each different thing, as I'm doing quite a few things. I'm doing a lot of we're spending each day. I sit and I have my girlfriend helping me, and we literally go for 2 to 3 hours of scrolling through Facebook with people who have these conditions, reaching out to them, talking to them. I am creating some screenshots out of things that are important, and I will make some videos on that in the coming weeks. Me just going through the screenshots and what parallels I'm seeing between how to approach this. That brings to the third point, and this is the one where it's probably the biggest question right now. So last week when I made those videos about Prolo therapy with Dr. Hauser, and I'm just like questioning which doctor to go to, as I'm talking to more people who have done this therapy, this is the part that's very unfortunate, is that it seems like there's no easy way to know that it's going to work or not. And not only that, the chance of getting worse is quite up there as well, right? I'm talking to quite a few people, and basically it's the things I'm looking at is Prolo therapy, PRP, even learning a little bit about stem cell injection into that place, but that's not something I would want to do in the short term, because I feel like it has just too many like it can have some kind of reactions where I'm already so sensitive. But basically, without getting too much into it, the main question I'm in right now is taking a step back and not going for which doctor to go for to do the therapy, but taking a step back and trying to get the exact measurements. That seems like the next thing, right? I got diagnosed, you could say. I know I have instability, but as some of the people that said that if they could go back, they would have seen the exact joints, which vertebrae is out of place, which tissues are damaged, which nerves that are going from the brain is damaged. And some of this is pretty controversial and hard to get data for, but from what it sounds like, it's kind of based on judgment with people you can talk to and what symptoms they have, and based on people who have certain symptoms and they found that certain things are damaged, you'd go by that kind of understanding, right? So I'm finding more and more people who don't have any kind of genetic disorders which resulted in this, but you know, strictly sticking to talking to people who had an accident, motorbike, car accident that got them to this kind of situation, and then seeing if their symptoms line up, everything from head pressure, pain, cannot walk, fatigue, all that other stuff. Okay, so that's in a nutshell where I'm at with it. And this coming week, I'm going to be going and tackling that particular question as well as I can. Is basically trying to get go about further diagnosing exactly like what parts of the neck, tissues, ligaments, joints, out of these 3 things, which ones are actually damaged. Because if it's tissue and ligaments, it sounds like Prolo therapy can help more. If it's the joint, then I'm probably going to go towards PRP, and this is kind of how I'm going to balance it. So this week what I have coming up is I'm getting my test results for DMX. So that's another thing I got last week done, is a digital motion x-ray, where you basically take x-ray while you are moving and doing all the flexion, extension, turning right and left and everything like that. And also I got a upright MRI scheduled for this week. So once I get those results back, I think I'll be able to really have some solid information on like which parts of my neck is exactly damaged that is being picked up ligaments, tissues wise from the MRI, and joint wise while it's moving from the digital motion X-ray, and I'll upload that. Then I will send this information to Regionx, which seems like the #1 place who invented prolotherapy. Send it to that guy, but I don't get to hear back from him till September. So he's like booked 3 months out, and I booked a consultation for 3 months out for that guy. And then I'm sending it to Hauser, which is the person in Florida. I'm also sending it to Dr. Barry, my chiropractor, and then also going to send it to probably another prolotherapist that I can get locally, because I've been calling also locally to get some prolotherapists that's not so far booked out, because both the top guys are like 3 to 4 months booked out. So while I'm waiting for those consultations come, I'm gonna also get some take on my digital motion X-rays and MRIs from local 1 or 2 prolotherapies or PRP experts, right? So that hopefully will give me enough information on how to guide this. And obviously, once I get all that, I'll make another video and be talking to some people on Facebook to show them my stuff and then take it from there. I'll leave it at that. So it's kind of exciting. It gets a little scary because I keep reading people who said that they walked into the office where they had some problems, and then by the time they got out, they couldn't even get out of bed and stuff for months. So it's a little scary, but the one thing that is very motivational is I just keep reminding myself that no matter what happens, I did find the root cause. The solution is the second part, which let's, all hopes, but in a way, finally getting confirmation, finally like 100% that this is what it is I think probably for me is the biggest win. So that's pretty much it for now.